Don't take your bullshit out on me, 'cause I got my own shit to sift through too. Hey, what's the word? Welcome to another episode of Sunday Sidecar, the series where we unpack our baggage about last week's Tuesday Ukeday drop from yours truly, Uke Brute. This week's episode, my words cannot be your medicine. Duh. I guess we can start with the title, because I guess I should just point out the working title for this song, since I wrote it a few months ago, has always been Your Precious Fits. And it wasn't until after I had finished recording the Tuesday Ukeday episode last week that, as I was saving it, I was like, Your Precious Fit sucks. And so I scoured the lyrics and I was like, oh, duh, my words cannot be your medicine. It's not only a much, much better title, it speaks thematically to what the song is about, or it matches the song's theme in a much better way. And that is, words being medicine. In this case, it's two individuals going through couples therapy or trying to resolve some type of issue that they're having together. And that's what it comes down to, essentially. My words cannot be your medicine, whether it's, reassurances, affirmations, solidifying a foundation, or re-solidifying, the bond, apologizing for anything, whatever that needs to be apologized for, just anything, that commitment, making plans for the future. Your words, your language, and how you use them, in this case, is the medicine. But if everything you're saying is being held or being used against you or doesn't make any progress, it's an impediment, and the only response is someone throwing a precious fit. Yeah, it's so yeah, that's pretty much what this song's about. Kind of gets through it. I guess I should say, full disclosure, I've never been to couples therapy. I don't know what's talked about. I don't know what leads to it, what the resolution is, or anything about it. So it kind of gets into, I guess, authenticity of songwriting or just writing in general. People say, write what you know. Okay, but come on. Half the fun is making this shit up. What's the point of writing stuff if you just have to rely on your own dumb experiences? Well, in my case, dumb experiences, or just boring life. So yeah, add some spice, add some juice. And if you're asking, why choose this then? Why pick this topic? Why settle on this if it's not something you're familiar with? And I think it kind of lay it out in the song, Drama and trauma seems so she, but only performed on. Yeah, but only in scenes when performed on cue. Drama and trauma, drives narratives, tension, conflict. You want something with all of that. So that's why I picked this, despite, calm down, baby. That's why, I picked it. But I guess we can get into a little bit more about the songwriting itself, because, I don't choose to write some of this stuff. It just kind of flows out, but it's because it's fun. It becomes a game to me. Once I get that first line down, or whatever, the launching point, for this one, it's a don't take your bullshit out on me. I had that down, and it's like, okay, it establishes the parameters, and a game is afoot, because all of a sudden we have syllable choices, and how many syllables for a line. We have the starting of a rhyme scheme or a rhyme pattern. We ideally have meter in mind, which is perhaps the most important but most overlooked aspect of writing lyrics, or just writing in general. The meter, iambic, or all that good stuff. Sometimes it's hard to really focus on or build in, but that's what gives the language its rhythm and to match along with the rest of the song. And so once we have these parameters, it becomes a game, like a word game. It's like a fill in the blank game for me, and I find it fun. And so that's where I kind of build off of that, because once we have these parameters established, you limit yourself. You can kind of find a path forward easier instead of just having, freedom to write anything and then gets a little overwhelming. And so I have to use certain word choices. I have to use certain maybe rhymes or off rhymes or slants, or I can only use so many syllables in a single line. I got to make it squeeze all the juice, all the emotion, all the fun, the snark, whatever it is, out of that line. And that doesn't mean you should like clearly limit yourself and like cross off certain, words or phrases, although, it might be helpful. But for instance, for this song, if you're writing a song about two people going through couples therapy, like maybe the first instinct isn't to talk about a map and a compass. But I think it pays off here, especially when you talk about, drowning in deep sea therapy. You need a map and a compass, right? So yeah, there's certain things like that, or even something like, you might not think kangaroo would be a good fit for something like this. But, if you mask it like it as a kangaroo court of some sort, you have those things to work with, to play with. And so, I don't know, that's kind of the fun of the things like this. And that's kind of where I went with this song. Just kind of, building it block by block, based off of, that wordplay, that fill in the blank, that riddle I'm trying to solve. For me, it's fun. It's a game. Some people, it's probably like shitting through a straw. I mean, it's like that for me sometimes too, when you can't figure out what you want to go or what you want to do or where you want to go. So yeah, it's that's why I would choose to write a song like this, where I really don't have any experience, and I just wanted to draw out some drama, some narrative drama. Here we go. And I guess just the melody itself just came out pretty cool. That's also kind of similar, it's like just building, sounds on sounds and finding where that rhythm comes from. I think this one came out pretty well, the whole thing through. Mini teaser there. My words cannot be a medicine when you claim that everything is. So yeah, just that whole full melody, I think, came out pretty well. And I wanted to give it some good lyrics behind it, something that people can possibly relate to, because I know a lot of people do have to go through therapy, or they choose to, and it helps them, and it resolves their issues, or it makes them, see maybe things aren't working and they move on to better, greener grass, if that's even really a thing. So yeah, that's mostly what I have going about this song. Is there anything else? I'm going to look at the lyrics really quick. No, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It is what it is. Not really funny, I guess. There'll be more to come for those. I guess on a meta level, though, we can discuss the Tuesday Ukeday challenge as it is, because this is the 12th drop, which makes it the end of the first quarter. Gotta say, I wasn't sure if I was even going to make it this far, but we're going strong. Plenty of songs lined up. Well, what would that be? 40 songs lined up, ready to go. Maybe 41, I think. It lines up where there's 53 Tuesdays in 2024, so we might get a bonus 53rd song. I gotta look at the calendar some more. Maybe do some more planning. We'll see. So I want to thank everyone who's been tuning in so far. I want to thank everyone who's going to be tuning in the future. Hopefully you're enjoying these tracks. Again, this is just a way to share some my ukulele songs that a little bit, they have a little bit more oomph than your traditional, basic, adoption or adaptation of pop songs where it's just, or it's too complicated for beginners or even intermediate players, and there's just too much finger movement, you can't do it. So I thought, let's write some somewhat middle of the road songs for people and to share. I guess that's mostly the purpose. But again, like I said, I just like playing the word games and filling in the blanks. But obviously these words can't be your medicine, so we'll call it at that for this episode of Sunday Sidecar. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed, and check back soon for another ditty from Uke Brute.